Dixie Doggers TV presents We're fueled by Showtime dog food. If you want your stud dog, your kennel, or your business advertised at the beginning of this, just like you're hearing now, you can contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com or call 205-388-2558. How's it going, everybody?
Howdy, howdy.
All right. I know we're having long breaks in between these episodes. We're just trying to get shit caught up. Working, got a lot of work, a lot of travel. We don't have a lot of time to sit down and do this, or haven't had a lot here in the past few months. It's getting to where, where it's a lot. I mean, we're doing a lot. We're doing actually even more than we thought we were going to do. So just kind of bear with us, and then we've got just a few more weeks, and Nate will be done with this last semester of college, and then from that we'll be able to roll it on a little more, have a little more time on our hands. Well, maybe not more time, but be able to utilize our time a little differently.
Allocate the time for this.
Exactly, because it's
easier.
Yeah, it's, and we were just talking about it, like we've got the same amount of views, or the views are going up or whatever, but there's not as much interaction from the listeners as it was before. So, so I feel like, we're losing ground on that. And I mean, if you guys are listening and don't think we are, then let me know. Let us know what we need to do. And I know I've talked to quite a few listeners, and they want us to do more episodes more frequently, instead of being just like the information highway for the hog dog and the bay pen world. They want to hear us talk like what we first started doing, like tactics and tips and tricks in the trade and all that stuff. That's what they want to hear that. But at the same time, the information needs to be out there as well. So therefore, the only thing I know to do would be to do more episodes more often. And if that's what the viewers want and the listeners want, then that's what we'll do. So give us some feedback on that. All right, so getting into this one, we have been rolling for a while. The last thing we done was the catching up episode. And that got us to where it was right before we left and went to Tyler.
Yeah, for the Wood Dogs rendezvous with Ronnie Creek. Went out there. That was a really good time. Really good time. It was the first Woods Dog event for hog hunting that I had been to. The first one that I had heard of ever. I don't know if when you first started, if they ever held any or not.
No, as far as I know, I don't know anybody that has that's done them in a controlled environment like that. I know there were guys years ago, they'd show up and put some money down and see whose dog would hunt.
Yeah. But
then, of course, it's neither here nor there. It's not really a competition that's open to whoever.
Yeah.
That's
more just betting against each other.
That's a competition between a couple of people, or dogs or whatever. So
yeah.
But it turned out really good. From what I've seen, there's a few things that we could work on, but the overall gist of it, I really liked.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big place. It was like 6 or 7 acres that was high fenced, and now I know there's a bunch of people's like, shit, 6 acres, my dog can find a hog and be gone through it.
That's what
a bunch of them said.
I seen a bunch that didn't.
Exactly. They were humble because their dog didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal. It's not the actual norm from how you hunt.
No.
And everybody hunts different.
Yeah.
And that was seen. That was the biggest thing that I seen, is how different everybody casts their dogs.
Yeah. And that really, really hurt.
Pull your mic around closer to you. Now you got it.
And that
I'm going to be loud and he's not going to be loud, y'all. That's the difference.
Yeah. And
Well, get loud.
I'm trying to think of what it says.
You ain't thinking shit.
I'm not right
Jesus
now. I'm
Christ,
forgetting.
fucking
I'm blanking.
knockhead.
I'm blanking now.
Well, he was talking about the elephant and that floppopotamus that was over there.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people got pretty fucking butthurt.
Oh yeah.
There was quite a few
Titty
people.
babies.
I seen some grown men throw some temper tantrums because they couldn't talk to their dog to get him to go hunt.
Rodney Bale. Now Rodney didn't.
Rodney's problem was
No, he didn't throw.
that dog is a dickhead.
No, Rodney didn't throw a fit. I was like, he did really good. He was frustrated.
Now,
as
did he
shit.
want to choke slam that dog? Yes.
Yeah.
But it was nothing between him and the competition. It was him and that dog.
Well, see, and that was one of the things like we were talking about that we need to work on. All we knew is that, hey, we were going to get there and cast our dogs.
Yeah.
We didn't know that, once you got there, and Ronnie did say some of these things, and I'm not saying that he did anything wrong at all. It was just this is something nobody thought. This is the growing pain.
Yeah.
So when you pulled in there, you backed the razor up, you open the doors, you can't talk to your dog, you can't touch your dog or nothing. You just open the doors and they take off.
Yeah.
Well, the majority of people there, generally what they do is they take off and they walk a little bit to get their dog gone to which direction they want it to go.
And I think
so they couldn't do that, and that just fucked a bunch of. I'm talking about a bunch of it up.
And I've seen plenty of dogs that opened it up, and then some bitches went hunting, and they didn't have any qualms about it.
Nope. But they didn't even find the pig.
Yeah. And then I seen a few of them. They did find the pig.
Yep.
And there was several dogs.
Ours didn't. He never would bait it though.
Mm-mm.
Like, I mean, he wound up, run in there, located it, found the hog. But would not bay a hog in the trap. Well, because I don't want my dogs to bay a hog that's in a trap. But at the same time,
and some of them, I don't even think they'd ever really seen one in a trap.
Yeah. Oh, it spooked some of the dogs.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny though.
Which for Rodney, it helped because that's how he trained his dogs.
Yeah.
Taking and running hog traps with him. So for Rodney's dogs, once they found it, hell, they stayed there and made the piss out of it. Yeah. So that was good. But from what we all talked about, I'm assuming it's still like this, that we're talking about reiterating some of the rules to allocate like a semicircle or so many feet that you can walk in so many seconds. Now the rules haven't been officially redone yet, but I know there's definitely been talk about that.
That's what we were talking about. Like, maybe you say you got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
To get or maybe a minute, but that minute comes off your time.
Yeah.
You have, like, I think in the competition coon hunts, you got a minute that before they can actually strike the dog. And so if you got a minute that you can cast your dog, it's an allowable minute, but it does come off your overall time. You got 15 minutes to run that cast. So I don't see where that would be an issue. And that gives you a minute to do whatever you want to do within a certain radius or a certain
also gives
distance.
Your dog plenty of time to use the bathroom because that was another thing. A lot of dogs get out and they piss and then shit, sniff around a little bit, and then they go. Which from about as long as I've been hunting, I don't know whose dogs really don't do that on the first cast.
Well, even if they jump out of the box and take off, they're going to do it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The judges that we had there, we had good judges. They knew how to.
Chris Hansen, Seth Cobb.
Chris Hansen and Seth Cobb. They done a good job. I thought they done a good job because there was one dog that I watched, and I would have scored it a certain way. And then later on when I talked to Chris, that's actually how he had scored it. So I was like, well, I'm not saying that I was right, but I'm just saying he sees it from a hunter's point of view instead of just because the dog ran in there and found the pig. Yeah. The dog got in there and actually was out. The dog was hunting and really just ran by the pig and smelled it instead of actually putting his nose on the track, running track.
And I think like when the rules were reiterated, I think there was some discussion
about the locate.
Yeah, about the locate, and then I don't know if there's going to be like differentiation and points for whether they ran track, if they just winded it, or if they just ran up on it. I think that also would be a good implementation.
So that was at the judge's discretion when we did it for like the terrier trials and stuff. We would watch dogs from start to stop, and there were dogs that, like, say we laid the track down and we put a little circle 50 yards into it. Well, if there's a dog that's running through there and he actually puts his nose down and goes and does that circle, even though he might be slower than the next dog, he's going to get more points because he ran the absolute entirety of the track.
But other than that, I mean, that was really the biggest thing, the casting, and then maybe differentiation of points for how the dog found the hog.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like I said, it comes down to the, like, locate deal. Locate, in that scenario, was physically putting eyes on it and locating it, not a locate bark on track. So, you know, it was a little different. I was fine with it because, I mean, like, my dog ain't gonna work for shit at that.
On track.
Mine's not gonna do it anyway. So, but I support it, and we're gonna go run it no matter what. There were a couple people there that really went above and beyond. Eric Mealy, he showed up, didn't even know if he's gonna get to go. Wound up, showed up with half a dozen dogs in it. Him and Chelsea, they done good. I think they got second and third place.
Yeah, they both placed. So.
Yeah, and then the Oscar guy, he won. He got first place with his dog.
I think his last name's Salinas.
I can't remember. I had a good dog. But Pat Looney, I want to say Pat probably pushed harder to have this than about anybody other than maybe Ronnie. He posted about it all the time. He really put himself out there as well. I don't know how many dogs he had. A bunch. He put quite a few $100s in there in that pot.
Yes,
Pat done a lot for that, and I want thank you, Pat. We appreciate you.
Helps make it go around. Helps make it happen.
Without guys like yourself, and you talking about a sportsman, 100%. Like we
don't get much cooler than Pat.
No, we were out there and actually had a dog that was starting to come in heat, and we were going to just scratch the whole. Pat was like, "Look,"
he said, "That some bitch won't bark at that pig."
That pig's right there, and he won't. He said, "He ain't no damn hog dog." My hat's off to you, Pat, because you ain't no puss, bud. That's for damn sure. That's a grown ass man.
Yes,
I know a bunch of them that would whine and cried and tried to throw that bullshit around. That's why my dog didn't do this. Nope. It didn't do it the same reason. Pat's dog didn't do it. My dog didn't do it. Rodney's dog didn't do it because guess what? They just wouldn't been hog dogs that day. They hunt in a different geographical location and a different style and a whole different. But the point is that we take our time out of our lives and our money and effort to support this shit. Least you could do is say thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I really that's why I said I wanted to preach that to Uncle Pat right quick. We really appreciate that, how much you done.
Yeah, he's always helping.
Tuskers was there. Ed was there. He showed up and called me a few names. Nothing really derogatory or anything.
Nothing too derogatory.
Yeah, nothing too derogatory. He pushed me down on the dog food pimp deal. I loved it. And so I told Jake G-Dub about it. Now we got some shirts going. Because it was like kind of out of context. He was talking about dog food, and Ed was like, he said, I forgot you wanted dog food pimps down. I laughed my ass off.
It's funny as shit.
Yes. And so Ed, if you see us with these T-shirts that says dog food pimp,
thank you.
Thank you. It was the best idea ever. I'm talking about it was great. And G-Dub, I think he's like capitalism at its finest. So I got you a cold bush light, bud. We're gonna take care of you. And so let's see what else did we have since then. We haven't got to hunt a whole lot. Not much at all.
We hunted last night.
Yeah. Well, we rode around.
Yeah.
We didn't really hunt.
Yeah.
But me and Joe went and baited up like a couple nights before. They ain't even hog there.
Which the weather's been crazy as shit.
Well, we
was getting up 70 degrees, and now it's going to drop back down here in a couple of days. It'll be freezing again.
Yeah, we got a freeze warning for Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Day Sunday. Yeah. So.
And it's going to be 75 degrees Thursday.
We went to Georgia last week for the Tulsa Standard Memorial Hunt, the second one that Boys and Broads put on. We had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It was a long few days.
hunted all over Georgia again.
Yeah,
basically from Florida.
I think
to
our
South Carolina.
4-hog stringer was
47 pounds.
47,000 pounds, maybe 47 pounds. We caught, there's nobody in this world that catches more shoats than we do. I promise you.
Between us and Kevin Brooks, the Shoat Kings.
Yes,
I think it's why we get along so well with Kevin.
We caught a couple of nice hogs.
Yeah,
we caught some nice hogs. Never really had much intention of going and trying to weigh in and doing all that. We were hoping that we could catch, enough good hogs to help Mark for the bay pen.
Which I think they brought so many live ones, they were having to take them to other places. Mr. Mark said, I don't have no room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, it was a success.
Yeah, so that helps in itself.
There was 70-something hogs brought in.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think probably 75% were tied. So you can't beat that. And there were some big hogs. Some nice ones.
Yeah.
There were some nice ones. Let's see. I can't remember who all. Normally I have all this stuff wrote down in front of me. I know the Big Sal, Chad Campbell, Brock Traywick and them, they got that. I think it was like 314, 315 on Big Sal.
It was a Big Sal.
I know Will Booth and them, they had quite a few they weighed in.
They placed second, correct?
And then they had to flip for some other guys. They had to flip for the longest tusk. They had a tie on it.
Mm-hmm.
And had to flip for that, and that was them Florida guys. Damn, what's his name?
I can't
Connor?
remember. Yeah, Connor Edwards.
It was Connor and them.
I'll find him on Instagram.
And then, but like I said, it was a big turnout. I thought it was anyway. I don't know how many people were there. It looked like a couple hundred people or better had been through there that day anyway. We didn't get there till, I don't know, right at, I don't even know if we really would have made it on time, honestly. Like I said, we were right there at the...
Cutting it close.
I think we got there at 4 o'clock. Dead on.
And we caught a pretty nice boar hog right there at the end.
The very last one. Oh, yeah, it's nice. Nice hog. And just trying to get it tied up.
It is Connor Edwards.
Out of a damn swamp and a mile and a half through the woods or wherever, through the briars that's head high. And it was hot. Jesus Christ, it got hot.
Yeah, it got pretty warm.
Yeah, Jacob and Alex, though, they pulled it out. They carried it out.
He was in that briar patch that was head high. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
I put the Dan's briar shirt to test that day, and I found a few briars that were longer than the jacket is thick. Yeah, and I've been digging one on my back this week.
Them briars out there was pretty tough. They were like our kind of briars. That's what we like. We like them tough. We don't want no sissy ass briars. Because look, if we come to where you live at, and your briars ain't up to par, I'm gonna leave. That's all I'm saying. It's nothing against you. It's just your shitty ass briars that ain't tough. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If I get something that hits me, breaks off, and I don't bleed, whatever. Well, I don't want that bullshit. Take your briars and go somewhere else. Move to another country. Go to Russia.
Pussy ass
briars. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel about them.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Well,
I like the soft ones. I like those pussy briars.
No, I like riding through the damn Everglades swamp, wherever the fuck we's at. Down there, we're still over in Hunt, Georgia. No, we were all the way down in Florida.
Yeah.
Riding around in water waist deep. The only hog that we caught, his name was Scuba Steve. That's something that was almost drowned. Yeah. It was bad. I'm talking about horrible. It was horrible.
Quote from the landowners: "This place is tore up." Proceeds to show us 3-month-old hog sign.
Yes. Landowners, please brush up on the hog signage, the age of it. If there's rooting there and it has grass knee deep in it, it's not fresh. If you have a track there and you can't tell if it's a track, it's not fresh.
If the rooting's within 2 days old, it is not fresh.
Yes.
Really, if it's not within 8 days old,
I kind of
it's
need
not
to see
fresh.
the pig
Yeah.
when I pull up. That's the kind of dogs I run. So if you got a big property several thousand acres, whatever. Put some bait out. Get you a spot. You can bait if it's legal to your state.
Please be legal.
Get your bait site established, and that right there will help a bunch. And I mean, like if you got 2,000 to 5,000 acres, you can set up several bait stations. And that way, if you go to one spot and they're not there, maybe they're over here at this other spot or whatever. But you got to do your homework, especially when we're running these tournaments like that. That's one reason why I quit doing them.
Yeah.
You know, I've only done a few of them, but it was so hectic and it gets stressful, and it needs to be fun at the same time.
Yeah.
If it gets to where it's not fun, then it just
why are you doing it?
This gets old then. But like I said, all in all, we had a good time. I think Ryan and Carter done an outstanding job on what they done. I don't know who all helped them. I know they had a bunch of people help them. Thank you to all the people who donated stuff. We appreciate that as patrons, as guys that are out here competing and being on the opposite end of it. It's nice to have something to look at up there, and you can say, "Hey, man, I won a door prize or something because my dogs are shitty. I want a vest." So
hell yeah!
Now that's what you get.
It was from Connor Edwards' ticket you picked off the ground.
No, it was not. There was a ticket on the ground, and I told him, I said, mine was 149, the other was 153. And I said, "Is that yours?" He said, "No." He's the one that showed it to me. And then he tried to sell as a ticket thief. Choking. Then, I don't care. That's mine. I told him, I said, "You want these?" And I laid them down right there on that little fence.
Yeah.
He would not pick one. Tough shit. You don't get it. I get it. That's what happened. Yeah. And people really thought I was going to get it and give it back. Hell no, I'm not.
Made you bed lit.
$700 worth of entry fees, $4,000 worth of diesel, $700 worth of running shitty dogs.
$200 vest.
Yes, taking that shit to the bank, baby. Guarantee you. But honestly, I really did need that.
Yeah.
I got a dog that it'll fit perfect, and it was dead on. Those buckles were nice too. They had made.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah. All of it, like I said, I think it was a good event. I would say it was a big success.
Oh yeah.
So look forward to the next one. Maybe we'll have a little different game plan this time going in.
Yeah.
So with that, like we got back. So we've been home about a week now. We got back last Sunday or early Monday morning, whatever.
Yeah.
And so now we are in the crunch for Uncle Earl's.
Yes.
This will be our first year set up as a vendor. And I know we're not going to be. We're going to. I don't know.
We're going to
stressful as shit.
We're going to give it the good old college try.
I don't know about that shit. I know I'm making a bunch of calls and a bunch of leads.
Yeah.
Tie outs, dog steaks, all kinds of shit. And we're trying to. We put the new cable gang sets together. I think those are going to do pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely like the cable gang sets. I mean, as far as time-wise, driving 3 individual stakes versus putting a 3-dog cable gang out is the same time as just driving 1 stake, really.
And the thing about it is, once you get to, because we'll sell the 2 and the 3 set, 2-dog and 3-dog, and on the ends they just got a thimble, put a clevis together, and now you can make that 3-dog a 5 or 6-dog, or you can do it 3 times and make it a 9-dog. So once you get into that, you're really going to save time, because all you got to do is drop 2 of the T stakes down, and then you got 6 dogs out.
Yeah.
Compared to having, and the way we're doing them is we got a removable tether that's only like about 18 inches long, but you can reach down there and unclip it. We got a ring. Instead of using the little stops, we put a ring, like a 2.5 inch ring. You can unclip it and just hold the dog like a short lead. Take and do whatever you need to, clip it right back up instead of having to get that off, hook it to a lead, or fight with the collar. All right, we also will have them where they're permanently attached, so that way some of you guys that like go on, a lot of guys that bird hunt, travel a lot, you know, you can leave them on there if you do a lot of field trials.
Most definitely.
And that way you don't lose them, because I know I will lose them. And then like some of just the regular tie outs, we got some that are like 32 inches or 36 inches from snap to the end of snap to end of snap, and I'll leave a bigger loop on one end. I got a flatbed truck, and so I'll just take it, loop it back through, and I just put them inside of my truck.
We could put what? 8 dogs on your bed?
We put 6 dogs on the bed easy, very easy. And never had to drive a stake or nothing. Yeah. And they don't have enough slack that they can get under the truck and chew wires or none of that shit. Yeah. Those worked out pretty good.
It's not long enough to where they have enough momentum to jump up and get on the bed either. So they kind of just hung out on the side, and that was very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are definitely good products. So y'all look for those at Uncle Earl's. It'll be next week, the 23, 26. Yeah, I was going to say, you got a whole week of it, so you're going to be there all week long. In Winfield, Louisiana. I think we're going to try to get down there. I'm going to try to get there a little early and try to get everything set up the way I'm not rushing.
Yeah.
Which I'm not rushing anyway. I'm part Mexican. I ain't rushing shit no more. Ta-da. You like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You took you in there like, and I bet all y'all people out there listening to you thinking, well, he's not rushing. Hell no, I'm not rushing.
I'm 100% honky.
That's what they call it, super honky.
It's super.
Man, you can't say that shit. It's racist.
Fuck it.
Fuck that.
I hate white people.
You know, that's a topic that we really don't need to fucking talk about. Because I'm that. I hate everybody equal. Yes. I hate groups. Don't like none of them stingy bastards. You know how they are.
The Klan needs to pay more taxes.
Don't say that. I'm a taxpayer.
Theoretically speaking, in all of this.
Yes.
One big theoretical Joe Biden.
But somebody's going to take that shit and be like, oh, goddamn, they're in the Klan. He don't even pay his taxes. It's nobody's business what I do.
Go on my gambling church
anyway, we're going to do some hog baying and some beer drinking at Uncle Earl's and some collar selling.
Podcasting.
Probably
going to wear out the number all, hopefully.
Well, that's already wore out. It's a piece of shit.
I was built in the 40s.
We got 2 of them. I looked at a brand new one last night. 6,000. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
$6,000.
Exactly. That's ridiculous.
I was like, some bitch. So listen, when y'all get your nameplates, you're going to have an S that's a little higher than the other one. And you might have a 2 that's lapped over on the other number a little bit. Just deal with it. I don't charge that much. It's okay. Calm down. And speaking of which, we'll be going up a lot on our prices because of it's a bit. I don't know how
much gouging.
Yes,
price gouging.
How much are the entry fees for this one? Speaking of price gouging, everybody's always on my man Jake about these entry fees.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I figured they'd about about $150.
Probably so.
I think it should be. I think somebody should be $300.
Keep all the bullshit out.
Yes, get all that bullshit out there. Let me get in there, win some Randy Durrell's money. That's what I'm trying to get, some of his money, that big money. And because I know, well, hey, they got the sportsman class. If you've never placed with a dog or if you woods hunt, I don't think you could ever have won anything in the bait pen, but you can run the sportsman's class, and it's just for that stuff. So y'all come on down, Uncle Pat and them's putting that on. We're gonna support them all we can. We got a youth bay, and we got a couple of kiddos that we're sponsoring this year, and so y'all better be watching for them. They really Those are young dog men. They can handle a dog. They run their own dogs. They work their own dogs. They take care of business. They do good in school, and they do top notch in the dog world.
I couldn't find the entry fees. It's not on the flyer. So
It's going to be a heart attack then. Get ready, folks.
Oh yeah,
it's going to hurt you. But like I said, y'all keep a watch and y'all watch our little guys get busy. I'm hoping both of them can pull out a win. Let's see what else we got to go with that. Oh, they got a new podcast out too, Jay. And Jay Bergeron, they got one, the Bad Company podcast.
Yes, indeed.
So y'all watch. Make sure y'all check them out. Jay, he's hilarious. Like
Jay is
since he started, coming all the time too. It's just like, I don't know. It's just the atmosphere is just.
It keeps the mood going.
I'm not saying it was bad before, but it's
better. It's better.
That's the thing, improving.
Yeah.
And there's some people that don't want that. They don't want that change. They don't want new people in. Yeah, they want to keep the same old.
Yeah.
They want to spend $30 on the entry fee, and they want to win $300.
And they're the reason it's failing.
Yes, 100%.
It's their fault.
So if you're listening to this, I'm talking about you. Sorry, but it is what it is. If that's the way you feel about it, you can't progress, then we're going the wrong way. So you gotta. The way that it's being run now, I personally myself, I'm fine with it, but I'm not a professional vaping person. I've got some dogs that have pro'd out, but they're not pros by no means. It's just that was
blind squirrel can find a nut.
That's just the way it went, and so but there's some people out there that they got a whole kennel of pro dogs, and they're professionals. That's what they do. And at the same time, they can't get the respect as a professional, if that makes any sense. Like in like a comparison would be like the PBR or NASCAR or something like that. Even though you put in all the time, effort, work, and money, and you win, they don't get the recognition like somebody who does the same thing in a different sport. Yeah. It's the sport.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is, it's the people that are involved in it are the ones holding it back. A lot of it. And I don't mean that as a whole.
No.
Because 90% of the people are fantastic and moving forward with it, but there's just a few.
There's always a few assholes.
There's always going to be somebody that's in the group or the clique or whatever that is in there for the wrong reason. They're going to be in there, and as soon as they're not at the top or something happens, they're going to do what they can do to stop the next person from doing that.
Yeah.
They're going to turn in all your videos, get you kicked off of damn YouTube and TikTok and whatever else. Because they're haters. That's what it is.
I guess.
Well,
it happens.
They're jealous. That's all it is. I don't know why.
Clay Austin said, don't hate, appreciate.
Yes. Don't hate, appreciate.
Yes.
And so, with that, let's see, what day are you coming in? Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
I think that's when most everybody's coming in, Thursday and Friday from our crew. So, but like I said, we'll be there all week. Me and Kelly. I don't know who all else is going to go and stay the whole week, but if I can help do something, maybe they'll be able to help. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I think Jake and them's got most of it. He said, I messaged him and asked him how everything, if he needed a hand or everything. He said he thinks he's got about all of it under control. So I know I'm looking forward to going to the Cajun camp. Last year was the first time I went to Earl's and that. Dude, I ain't missing it.
No, there ain't no point.
I wouldn't care if I had a baby dog or not. Like, if I don't even have a dog, I'm still going.
It's just a good time.
Yes. Like, there's a bunch of people that do the same kind of things I like to do, have a good time, and you get to watch dogs work. There's a lot of vendors there. You can find all kinds of stuff. Like that one dude last year, He was selling cast iron, like cast iron skillets and stuff, just all kinds of shit. Stuff you don't hardly ever see it, but there's a bunch. There's people there that, they'll have pups for sale, dogs, anything.
Well, if you're looking to find a dog, you can find one.
Yes, there's all kinds of shit down there. So y'all make sure y'all come out and check that out. And I understand if you're not into the bay pen world and all that, but you don't even have to come bay dogs if you don't want to. Just like I said, you come in the gate, get you something to eat. Because there's 2 or 3 crawfish places that was cooking there last year. I know Cajun Camp, they had like
Had a whole alligator they
a
smoked.
couple of whole hog, whole alligator. They cooked 2 or 3 alligators, and then they cooked rabbit. That was good. Eat some of that. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So y'all make sure y'all come out and look into that, because that'll definitely be a good time. Then after
Yes,
that,
indeed.
what we got next? Flop Bay,
Yeah,
April.
April.
Yeah, Mr. Mark, I have it the end of April. I'll have to get some definite dates on that to let y'all know on that for sure, 100%. So y'all make sure y'all get on social media, Hickory Crossing, check that page, and hell, I seen it the other day. And I didn't have it. It should be around the 20, the 20.
I know they're not
21st.
doing the old and young.
Yeah, I know, because he's limited on hogs still, so I don't know what all he's doing on that. So
29th or 30th.
29th and 30th? Okay, so it's the end of April. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be closer to 20. Which I'm glad they're getting to have it. He don't get to do a whole lot of events. Or he hasn't in the past couple years, so maybe this will be the kickoff of a great season for Mark. I hope so.
I believe it will be. I mean, I know he can't use the hogs that he just got for this show. But
Yeah,
I mean, maybe by the time we get to the Halloween day,
Yeah,
we can have a sure enough wood show.
that'd be nice.
It would be very nice.
Like we try to go to every one, but it's tough. Same time,
Yeah.
like I said, they're just limited and their hands are tied on so much stuff.
Yeah, the regulations are made to inhibit them.
It's ridiculous. All right, what else we got?
I think as far as events, that's about it.
Yeah,
I mean, other than that, it's coming into turkey season, so we got
turkey.
here in Alabama we have till the 20th. But after that, we won't be able to legally run any dogs. And I know a bunch of people do, and all this and all that, but I'm telling you, by the rule book, the only time we are allowed in the state of Alabama to run hogs with dogs at night is the special nighttime season.
Yes, dog and knife hunting.
Any other time, you can run them during the day. You can run them during the day during the special nighttime season.
Yes.
But during turkey season, no running of dogs allowed after 3 a.m.
Yep.
So if you can't hunt them at night, you can't hunt them after 3 a.m., that gives you no opportunity to hunt.
0 time.
But I do believe turkey season goes out like May 9th or May 10th, something like that. And that's right around the time the special nighttime season comes in. We usually have like 1 or 2 day overlap. The first year they did the special nighttime season, we had like a week overlap.
Yes,
And because it started on May 1st, went to August 31st. Now I think it starts May 9th, which I don't even see what it's following.
I don't know.
Because you could still coon hunt at night. You still coon hunt during turkey season.
I don't understand all that. I was talking to Johnny Morgan yesterday, and that's what he was talking about. That why can't we hunt? I was like, we can't. And he was like, because we was talking about like hunt management areas and stuff. Like we can't.
Yeah, they said
Like, yeah, I mean there's some public land we can hunt, but at the same time it's the only public land you can hunt. So everybody is hunting.
So from like as far as like a public land aspect, the only thing that I can gather, and this is from talking with other wildlife professors at Mississippi State and talking about the hog issue, and I had talked with a couple different ones, and they all gave me about the same reason about like just feral hogs and how most government agencies handle them. And in a lot of states, once you reduce it down to where you can't hunt them, but only very specific ways, they believe that it slows the spread through hunters. Because in their minds, they're like, okay, we have all these hunters. They can hunt public land and private land, all these hog hunters. And in the past, they have had instances, confirmed of jail time instances, of people going and dumping hogs so they can make sure they can put out enough guided hunts to make a living.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but that doesn't really, I don't feel like that happens that often.
Well, it affects
That's like,
everybody, though.
That's like saying, like if they punish the deer hunters in some way because people were spotlighting. Well, people spotlight. I guarantee you somebody went spotlighting last night. It ain't been deer season in a month.
Yeah.
So, I don't really see the point there. It's like, okay, because we have a few jackwagons over here, you're going to punish all of us?
Yep.
The pigs are in every county in the state of Alabama. What spread are you reducing?
Oh, I agree 100%.
I mean, every state agency that we have reviewed through Mississippi State, and just my personal reviews, they have not beat the hog population. None of them.
It's because they ain't running dogs.
You can't.
You got to beat them.
You can't beat a pig. The only good, actually,
I can.
oh, I know you
I'll
can.
whoop his ass
And
with
I,
a
had
stick.
talked, and I had talked with one of my professors at Mississippi State about running dogs for
Yeah.
hogs, and like he was talking about like when you're trying to implement a trapping program to decrease the local population,
Yeah.
because you're not going to get rid of them, but you can decrease them
Oh,
temporarily.
yeah.
And he's like, well, you have to be careful running dogs because it causes dispersal. And so I explained to him how we use that as a tactic after we get done trapping a place. We'll go in there and run dogs real hard to pick up, like, say, if there was a lone boar or another small sounder running through that maybe we didn't deem our time.
They got a relay.
And they will move on.
Yep.
Those pigs aren't there. Now, the pigs are going to come back. And the number one issue that people have in the southeast or anywhere you can bait whitetail deer is that they bait for deer.
Yep.
If you bait for deer
You gonna get
and
home.
there's a hog within 10 miles, it's going to be there at one
coming.
point in time.
He's coming.
And I don't care what you say, the neighbor's baiting.
Yes.
Okay, well, just go find the game trail leading to his bait pile and hunt on the property line. Use your head, I guess.
I don't know.
You know?
That's too many people that don't use their damn head.
I'm one of those people, baiting for whitetail deer should probably not be legal at all. But
I don't care nothing about deer hunting that much.
and it's not because of immorality of you're shooting a deer over corn. It's because you're going to bring more hogs and spread disease.
Yeah.
And most of the disease is going to come from hogs and deer. Really nothing else.
I think if you bait, you should bait for hogs only and have them at my place.
Yeah, preferably.
Like all the hogs go to my
Preferably.
place.
Well, I don't know if we ever put out any bait for deer though.
No. It's stupid. I was trying to think. No, not really. Well, Logan did one
Yeah.
a couple times. Tried to get him when he first started hunting.
Yeah.
But like I put
But
out,
usually the
I
pig
put out
come to.
bait all year.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, where it don't matter if you put bait. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't.
The pigs are going to move. Pigs do what they want to.
Right now, they are not on our spot.
I wish they were.
I do too. They were grabbing them.
It's coming turkey season, and I would never accuse anybody of this, but I sure somebody has went out and slung some cracked corn, and that has probably got them pushed off on some other clubs, because I know the clubs surrounding us are crazy about turkeys, and
Well, they ain't hitting
That'd be-
cracked corn. I can tell you that. Can't fucking tell you they ain't hitting no cracked corn. Them some bitches ain't touching none of mine. I'm just saying, I don't even turkey hunt.
yeah, that's fair.
But somebody slung cracked corn all over the damn place. And it fell over in the bed of my truck, and I was trying to clean my truck out. I was driving down the roads to go through the woods, and that shit was falling out. It looked like a damn line running out through there. It's stupid. But anyway.
It's not turkey season yet, so
No,
don't
it's
count.
not. I don't turkey hunt, so it don't matter. What I'm saying, it don't matter. If you don't turkey hunt, you can bait turkeys. That's the way I see it.
It's
I'm not going to shoot
It's
them.
not. It's
I
not
don't
baiting.
even
It's
shoot. I
supplemental
don't even
feeding.
have a gun.
It's supplemental feeding.
I stab stuff
Yeah.
or tie it up with mule tape if I'm in Georgia. And I don't even know how to do that, apparently, Kevin Brooks.
Yeah. If you're gonna learn how to tie a hog, if Kevin hooks,
On the back foot!
hey, I learned how to tie
I have nightmares about
I was
that.
paying attention.
Everybody was. The guy in Gwinnett County Jail heard him. And we were in fucking Florida. Kevin was trying to explain how to tie his hog up to a couple of younger gentlemen. And we all heard him. Kevin is brash. That's the word I'm looking for.
Brash.
Yes. He was brash. It was funny as shit. I thought I was going to die. I was like, Jesus Christ, you're scaring me.
Bottom back foot.
But in their defense, they didn't know who the hell he was talking to. And I didn't either. I just knew it wasn't me. And I was trying not to laugh too loud. It was great.
Yeah,
Well,
I was glad to be the cameraman.
Yeah. They did get it tied up.
Pig was tied.
The last one not the last one, but the one we tied that we caught out of the pond. Now it kicked that one, but that's not how he was told to tie it though. He tied it the wrong way.
Yeah, it happens.
He tied it the wrong
Everybody
way.
makes a
He's
mistake.
gonna blame it on me. He was like, "Oh, did I tie that one?" Yeah, you tied that one.
Well, I mean, in his defense, if you would have said, "Yeah, I tied it," I'd be like, "Yeah, that's right, you sure did."
Yeah, I did tie. Let me tell you what. When in doubt, knot it out. Tie a bunch of knots.
I say piss on it. Get out that roll of black tape and go to town. I don't catch pigs big enough to worry about meal tape.
That pig right there had done. That was Michael Phelps Jr.
That pig was
son of a bitch
tired.
was swimming. I'm talking about swimming.
Around this
It had a
pond.
wake behind it.
I thought it was a snake. It only had its nose
Yeah,
out.
I was his nose just getting with it, giving her hell. There were so many pigs. Like I don't know if I've ever heard a rally that big. Like it was.
No, they were in a river cane patch, and it was all just shaking.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. And then they broke. We thought that like it was over. You know, I was like, well, hell, they done broke and went. No, that was just part of them. There's still more up on top of the hill and some down below us. It got pretty exciting for a while. It was a good hunt. Ain't no doubt. I think that first spot we went to would have been great if if the hogs had been in there. They weren't there.
Yeah, they had moved out.
They had moved out, or they were just, if they were traveling through, like we snagged a shoulder or two, but that was it.
Yeah.
And that was on the very back corner of the property. So just common sense, the way we were going, we were at the very edge of it. There was some big fields and stuff in the back. So, and then we talked with a local guy that was in that area, Nathan Brooks. He knew more about the area. That's where he said they'd come in on that back side. So that's all it was. But all in all, like I said, we had a good time and all that whole deal there. So.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about the turkey season stuff. I don't know how it affects other states and how bad, if it shuts them down or how all that works. We need to look into some of that because, like, to me, this is the best time of year to hunt.
Most definitely.
You got, and then they'll start planting. If the rain ever gets out here, they'll start planting. Then with that comes sitting up at night watching them fields.
Yeah.
Because I know we got a few of them that we'll have to watch.
Yeah, they'll have to do the usual pre-scouting, going down there, figuring which part of the field they're coming in and out of. And that helps a lot with, even if you're not going to go sit up and watch the fields, but if you're going to go the next day and cast the dogs.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, or if you're just out there, hey, you see one pig's moving out, that sounder still might be down in the bottom or up in the valley or something. Because a lot of fields, they have a valley or a ridge somewhere nearby. And, I mean, if you have any mountainous terrain, of course unless you're just in like the delta or somewhere where it's just flat, then I wouldn't know about that. I've never really hunted anywhere out there. But I know like where we're at a lot of times, it's like a plateau kind of off the field, and then it'll drop down into a holler or a creek bed or something like that. And a lot of times those pigs will be several hundred yards bedded up, waiting to come and feed in those fields at night. And so you can get there right at dark and drop on them. Usually have a pretty good time.
Well, that one spot we hunt all the time, and if they're in the area, that's where they're going to be at. It's rough, but it's like just big. It's a big ravine.
Yeah.
And they got a little pig trail that gets down in there, and once they get down in that bottom, it's nice and cool. So during the summertime, they're there. They'll get under the rock bluffs, lay around. They'll come up in the fields at night. So they're just laying there waiting. So a lot of times that's how we'll catch them there. It's dangerous in there too. That's a rough spot.
Yeah.
A couple places are like this rough. No doubt. So, well, I guess what else you got you want to talk about, man?
Ain't got too much. That was about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna have to we'll have to get some more topics and storylines and stuff together. And what we'll try to start doing is doing this at least every other week, 100% without fail. It might not be an hour and a half long deal, and I know some of you guys don't like it, that much time, and then some of y'all are fine with it, just depending on what we're discussing. So, if you got topics, let us know. Because I've got quite a few I want to get started on. I want to do some on, like your flea and tick treatments, and get your dog yard ready for spring and summer, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's the best way to do it or the right way to do it or whatever. It's what works for us. So we've got that for sure that I want to do. So y'all, if y'all got other ideas, let us know. If there's anything that we can do to help y'all out there, let us know. Y'all come hunt with us if you can. But if you do want to come hunt with us, give us at least a couple weeks heads up, some kind of notice, that way we can get it set up and planned, because we're pretty busy. We're on the road. I think during turkey season it'll slow down a little bit, so of course we can't really hunt as much.
We'll work on the dog yard.
Yeah,
do some pork chow.
So if you want to come do some free labor, you're more than welcome to do that. Y'all come hang out. We build dog kennels, dog houses, whatever. We got a ton of shit like that to do. So.
Oh yeah.
So
it never ends.
Yeah. So till next time, y'all just keep it easy. Do what you got to do. Keep the hounds on the ground. Don't let the meatloaf. All that shit. And so we appreciate y'all. Y'all give us some feedback so we know what to do. And we out.
Thank you.